Hey y'all, Jen here from PepperHarrow. If y'all don't know, PepperHarrow is a flower farm located in central Iowa in Zone 5B. We're starting thousands of seeds today and I have them here. The date today is March 8th? No, March 10th. The days are flying by and every day seeds are being started. I haven't started seeds for the last couple days, so I'm a little behind. We're gonna start all of these seeds today just to be able to have them for our last frost date. Here in Zone 5, our last frost date is on or around May 15th. We try to push the envelope a little bit and have our seeds in the ground before our last frost date, but it's a gamble. Mother's Day is typically the day where we try to wait and not have anything in the ground before then. Otherwise, sometimes we can have an unexpected last frost, which sometimes does happen. But all of these seeds that we're starting today are specifically for 6 to 8 weeks, to start them 6 to 8 weeks before last frost. We're right about 9 weeks, so we're a little bit ahead of the game. I gave myself a week or two buffer on a lot of these seeds that we're starting today to make sure that they get done. But I hope you'll follow along as I start my seeds. I'll give you an overview of how we do the seed starting process here, from putting it into our 72 cell trays to starting them up, to putting them on the shelves that you see behind me, and how we do our labeling. Let's get started. You might be curious as to some of the seeds that we're going to be starting today, so I'll give you kind of a rundown of the ones I'm looking to start. There are a few that we have saved and we have bred on our own, seeds that we've created that we'll be starting first and foremost. The first one I have is Blush Celosia, and this is one that we saved. I also have some Heirloom Peach Celosia, and Heirloom Peach Celosia, this is where Chester Copperpot actually started. This is the OG, baby. We have a hot pink combed one that we're doing. It's unnamed yet, so we're gonna see how that turns out, but that should be fun. We actually also have some Celosia Rainbow Sherbet, and a lot of you actually bought Rainbow Sherbet, but we're also gonna get that started. I have some Clarkia from Renee's Garden. I have Celosia Sunday Bright Pink and Sunday Orange, which is a favorite. I'm doing a couple more successions of Nigella. Nigella's Love in a Mist. I have Status, American Beauty, another Status, and this is Midnight Blue, and Purple Attraction. That should be really fun. And then Carmine Gomphrena. Those are the seeds that we're going to start today. It's a lot. Pray for me because we have a lot to do today. Keeping them in a little baggie, that's my tip for the day of helping keep your seeds protected and away from any water or anything else that could happen. Yeah, sometimes also there's hose accidents where you accidentally squirt your seed. I'm now here at my tray filling station, and Adam just built this for me. We finally have our prop house back up and running after the tornado. And this was one of my biggest requests. I needed a place to be able to fill trays up with seed starting medium. Let me fill a few trays for you and you can see how it goes. This is a view of the seed starting table. You can see there's a nice kickback on the wall. There's nice sidewalls too to hold it in. This handy dandy scoop, you know, when it starts to get a little bit lower, it's a really nice way to scoop up all of that seed starting medium and to dump it directly on the tray. It is so quick to use this little tray filling station. I can fill up hundreds of trays in a very short amount of time. If you heard peeping in the background, we have our little chicks in here. After I have those trays done, I come in and put tape on to make sure that I know what variety is here. And I water my trays in to make sure they're nice and moist for the seed starting process. Blue painter's tape has been awesome for labeling trays. I basically just take a piece, rip it off, and use my marker. The first seeds I'm going to start are these pelleted bright pink celosia seeds. And there are about 1,000 here, and I'm going to try to fill up all 6 trays. If I have any extra, I'll stick it back in the tube and use them for later. I might do another succession of these to have some for the fall. This is what I have left. I have my 6 trays all ready to go. I'm just gonna come in now and kind of tuck the seed into the seed starting medium a little bit, and I'll show you all how I do that. I don't know about all of you, but seed starting, it's kind of like my zen place. I spend a lot of time thinking, and I don't know, there's something about the start of the flower growing season that is exciting, and I'm like fresh and ready to go. The next thing I'm going to do is come in and label all of my seeds that I just started with the variety and date that I started them. I am in my heated propagation house, like I said. So how I look at starting seeds is maybe a little bit differently, but how I set it up in here is seeds that need a little bit more warmth to germinate, I put them on the higher shelves. Seeds that need to be a little bit cooler during their germination or don't require as much light to germinate, I will put them on the bottom shelves and even on the very bottom shelf. So what I have up here right now that I'm starting is Salvia Bluebetter, and the salvia is starting to germinate and sending up little baby seedlings. I'll show you a close-up of that. You can see the little baby seedlings popping up, and it is just awesome. I will have 100% germination. Salvia is a very easy seed to start. Just not all of them have come up yet, but you can see across the board all my little seedlings for salvia that are popping up. My shelves in here are starting to get really, really full. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to do a rotation. Flowers that can take a little bit more cool weather, I'm taking them outside and starting to transition them to do the hardening off process. And I'm starting some of the warmer weather seeds in here to be able to stay. As it gets warmer throughout the season, I'll start taking some of those warmer season-loving plants, hardening them off and trying to sneak them into the ground before our last frost. If I'm feeling like it, or I might wait till last frost, but usually I don't wait. I try to get them in the ground as quickly as possible. And now that my celosia started, I'm gonna start on some of those other seeds. I did 6 trays of celosia because I had so many, and I know I'm going to do an entire row of it out in the garden, a 50-foot row. For some of these other seeds, like the Clarkia you saw, I'm just going to do a couple trays. And for the seed packets that I have, for the 2 I have, if that's only 1 tray, that's all I'm going to do. So I don't do everything in bulk like I did with this beautiful celosia. There are a few seeds that I'll just do a tray or 2 of them. Not do a ton, but it's nice to have some of those special things to throw into bridal bouquets or into special farmers market bouquets. It's nice to have something a little bit special and different growing at all times. I hope you all enjoyed today's video about how we do seed starting here at PepperHarrow, and hopefully you got a few little tips and tricks. We want to thank our Big Dreams family on Patreon for all of your love and support. Thank you, thank you. And thank you to all of you for joining us today. If you're new, please like and subscribe. And as always, thanks for joining and happy growing.